Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Today, we're dropping into a recently released PvP extraction game that can only be described as Escape from Tarkov mixed with fantasy action RPG combat. Legacy Steel and Sorcery just came into early access, and we were just too intrigued not to give it a try. While this video is not a review of the game, it will cover a few of our early thoughts and give you a first look at the gameplay so that you can decide if you want to give it a try. Now, if you've been over to the Steam page, you'll know that the reviews for this one are a bit rough around the edges. It's currently sitting at a mixed 69% positive, and it's for good reason. While Derek and I adored the premise of this game, a lot of the combat feels extremely unbalanced. Many reviews mention not bothering to play any class except a rogue. And after experiencing the game ourselves, that's a pretty accurate statement. I attempted to give Ranger a go, and when you're fighting the PvE mobs, you'll have no issue getting them down. In fact, I dare say I enjoyed the Ranger. However, the moment another team with a rogue came along, I was no longer able to play the game. They have a near permanent lockdown that made it feel entirely unfair and unenjoyable. To me, if you're going to have a PvP game, all your classes need to be balanced with abilities that will allow them to escape these lockdowns. Otherwise, why have multiple classes at all? You'd be better off running a 3-stack of rogues if you want any real hope of succeeding and extracting without losing all your stuff. Of course, even if you lose and don't extract, you'll still gain XP and unlock new abilities for your classes. However, that leaves the game feeling even more unbalanced, because you have max level users running around with max level abilities and high level gear, so you really stand no chance if you're just starting out. Yes, I know, that's the nature of extraction shooters. There's always a good chance you'll lose and end up with nothing. But at least in other games, there isn't a level system, and all you have to worry about is someone with overpowered gear. If you're talented enough, you can outmaneuver or outwit them to get some fatal strikes in, and maybe even take their stuff if you're lucky. This one, even though I'd found some useful high-level gear before facing enemies, I was entirely useless in combat thanks to being permanently immobilized by their rogues and dead before I could do anything. And believe me, I don't mean I was too slow to react. I mean I physically could do nothing. I was locked down for 6 seconds while I watched my health bar drain slowly into the cold embrace of death. So, where does that leave our thoughts on the game overall? Well, I actually think this one has a ton of potential. It's still in early access though, so I'd likely advise waiting until they've had a few months to figure out how to balance it. Unless, of course, you do want to play a rogue, then sure, go give it a try. You can be broken like the rest of them. But if you're like me and want to enjoy multiple classes and something besides being the most broken class in the game, then yeah, I'd say wait. All that said, let's go ahead and give you a look at the gameplay so you can make up your mind yourself. We've included a look at the upgrade and shop systems, as well as our first PvP run, so you can see what you're getting into. Before you leave today, make sure you give that like button a firm click, and maybe the subscribe button too, if you're curious to stay up to date with upcoming games and get our thoughts on recently released titles. A huge thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Huh?